In the lobby of Ramsey Solutions, Reggie is with us. How are you, Reggie?
I'm doing well. How about yourself, Dave?
I'm doing pretty good. So a gazelle on your shirt, it says, I'm debt-free. And what's the rest of it say?
Well, the rest of it say on the back, advertising for some free plastectomies.
Okay, schedule your free plastectomy here. Okay, good. So you are now officially a plastic surgeon.
Oh, yeah.
What's the letters? I can't see small at the top.
Debt is dumb, cash is king.
Oh.
That's why I'm debt-free.
I love it. Great shirt, man.
Thank you.
Very cool. So where do you live?
I'm in Little Rock, Arkansas.
Fun. And you're here to do your debt-free scream, obviously.
Yes, sir.
And how much have you paid off, sir?
I've paid off $41,000.
Cool. And how long did that take you?
About 2.5 years, and I paid about half of that from March to September of this year with an extra job.
Whoa!
Yeah.
You kicked it into gear.
I did.
Big
Got that
time.
pizza job.
Okay. So making what kind of money during this 2.5 years?
Started at $55,000 and ended up at the end with $70,000 with the extra job.
Okay. And now we don't have to do those anymore.
Exactly.
I hear you. So tell me about your journey. 2.5 years. Start with, what kind of debt is this?
It was a little bit of everything. It was normal. So I had $15,000 in student loans, $15,000 credit cards, $10,000 in my car, and about $1,000 in medical bills.
You were classic.
Yeah,
just
classic.
perfect. Yeah,
All
perfect case
American
study. You are a full-blown American.
Exactly.
Okay. And now you still are, but you are a debt-free one. Very cool. So, all right, what happened over the 2.5 years? What started this, and tell me how the story goes.
Well, I always tried to do it on my own, just pay off credit cards, and I would pay one off and then get back into debt. And then they were passing out FPU flyers off at church, and as they were going out, and I took one. And I'm a very structured person, and went to the preview class, and you laid out the plan for us, and I was sold. You had showed us how to budget, and been doing that ever since, and that's what got me here, just by doing the budget and sticking with it.
Okay, so you had Financial Peace University flyer handed at church. You were just kind of limping along, thinking you ought to do it, but didn't know how.
Exactly.
And then Financial Peace University gives you the plan, and you jump on board and go. Very cool.
Yep,
So
now I get to teach it to others. I've been teaching 3 classes with a buddy of mine, Michael Bunch.
Oh, cool.
And so we finished up our last class for this semester last Tuesday.
Awesome.
So they're all listening right now.
Very cool. Got their coordinator here on the radio. That's perfect. All right. And then something happened last year around March. What was the deal?
Last year around March, that's
when you pick up all the extra jobs. You go crazy. You pay half of it since March, you said.
Yeah, this March I took up a job at Papa John's and started delivering pizzas.
What changed? What made you do that?
Well, a lot of my extracurricular activities stopped. I was serving in church a lot and doing other things, and I just kind of found myself just sitting around doing nothing. And I was like, I could be paying off money with this time just wasting. So I got a job, got the pizza gig. The funny thing about it is the year before I went into Papa John's and then I left out. I chickened out. She hired me right on the spot, and then I was like, I can't do this. And so a year later I went back in, and I got the job. She hired me right on the spot again, and I started working 5 days a week.
Okay, so how much money did you make 5 days a week delivering pizzas?
$1,500, just like you said, an average of $1,500. Yep. I started 5 days a week, then went down to 4 halfway through, just because it's so crazy, but still made about the same amount of money.
And that all went towards debt.
Everything.
Because mathematically, it was found money.
Yeah. It was kind of sad because I would come home with cash and I couldn't do anything with it. It was like I'm coming home with cash and throwing it away in the garbage, basically.
That'll make you never go get another car payment, won't it? Yeah. I remember the time I was throwing that cash away. Yeah. That's great. Very fun. So when you're teaching these classes, you're now a success story. You've worked extra. You worked a system. You worked a plan. You worked a clear path. You worked this through, and you paid off $41,000 in 2.5 years, making $55,000 before you picked up the extra jobs. When people ask you, how did you do that, what do you tell them the secret to getting out of debt is?
I say you have to start with finding out why you got there in the first place. For me, it was a lot of comfort. I got my first job in Little Rock, and then, I was kind of trying to keep up with the Joneses. I was everything I wanted, the iPhone, the computer. I was just buying whatever I wanted. On my birthday, I bought a TV for myself, and that's,
Happy birthday, me.
Exactly. And it was just, downhill from there. And you have to find why you got there. For me, it was that comfort idol that we talk about as Christians. And so, you have to realize that it can't be found in the created things. It can only be found in Jesus Christ. And you have to come to that low point, you just pray and ask God, why, how did I get here? And he'll show you how you got there, and he'll show you how to get out, and he'll tell you to rely on him through the whole journey. And that really would help me stick through that piece of job and go in with a smile, like kind of like you talk about, you come in, you show up, and you smile for the customers, and you do your job, and you work hard.
So godliness with contentment is great gain.
Exactly.
It relaxes you in a place you didn't even realize you were striving in.
Yeah.
I always was running around, and it kind of sounds like a different version of what you're saying, but similar, thinking if I could get this, I'd be happy.
Yeah.
I'll be happy when I get this.
Right.
And that's that kind of comfort idol, if
right.
you will. You called it a comfort idol. That's a neat way of saying it. But yeah, and I remember all those years ago. It's so many years ago now, but it doesn't matter. It's still real fresh in my spirit. The first time I went in Sam's or Costco and left without buying anything, because I thought it was federal law. You had to buy $200 every time you went in there. But yeah, it's just like, okay, I now have control of me. Wow,
yeah, exactly.
What a neat idea. What a different thing. What a different way of looking at it. And well, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
How's it feel?
It feels wonderful.
It is wonderful, isn't it?
It feels great to keep the paycheck. It feels great to see my account. It doesn't deplete down, to zero. It goes up now. For the first time in my life, money actually accumulates. It stays in my saving account.
Yeah, you live like no one else now. You can live and give like
Exactly.
no one else. And so very, very cool. How old are you?
I'm 30 years old this year.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah,
What do you
thanks.
do for a living?
I'm a software developer at a financial technology company, and I actually work in the deposit side of things. So, yeah.
How ironic.
I know. Yeah. It'd be kind of weird if I was working on the loans side,
Now
kind of
you
dark
get
side
to
of
really
things.
work in the deposit
Yeah.
side at home as well. You get to do some deposits. Well, very cool. All right, Reggie from Little Rock, Arkansas, $41,000 paid off in 2.5 years. Making 55 and then up to 70, including pizza delivery. Count it down. Let's hear a debt-free scream.
3, 2, 1. I'm debt free!
Love it, love it, love it. Well done, sir. Oh, that's fabulous. Good stuff. That's why we have folks on just like that. This guy did it, man. That's incredible. What a hero. What an absolute hero. Very well done.